Investing is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. Most people think investing is just about buying stocks and hoping they go up. But the truth is, how you invest matters just as much as what you invest in. At the heart of this decision is one big question. Should you actively manage your investments, or should you let them grow passively over time? This is where the debate between active investing and passive investing begins. Both approaches promise wealth. Both have passionate supporters. Both have made people incredibly rich. And both have also disappointed people who didn't understand what they were getting into. So today, we're going to break this down in a way that's simple, practical, and real. No complicated jargon, no boring theory. Just a clear explanation of how active and passive investing actually work, how they're different, and which one might be right for you. Let's start by understanding what investing really means. When you invest, you're putting your money to work instead of letting it sit idle. You're accepting short-term uncertainty in exchange for long-term growth. And you're trusting a system, either yourself or the market, to help your money grow over time. The big difference between active and passive investing is who makes the decisions. In active investing, decisions are made constantly. In passive investing, decisions are made once and then left alone for a long time. Active investing is hands-on. Passive investing is hands-off. But that's just the surface. Active investing is all about trying to beat the market. The goal is simple but ambitious. Buy assets at the right time. Sell them at the right time. Earn higher returns than the average investor. Active investors believe markets are not always efficient. They believe prices can be wrong. They believe opportunities exist for those who are smart, fast, and informed. This approach involves researching companies, analyzing financial statements, following news, tracking trends, and making frequent decisions. It's a constant process of evaluation and adjustment. Active investing can happen in many forms. Individual stock picking, sector rotation, market timing, actively managed mutual funds. In each case, the investor or fund manager is trying to outperform the market. Now let's talk about passive investing. Passive investing takes a completely different philosophy. Instead of trying to beat the market, passive investors aim to match the market. The belief here is that markets are generally efficient over the long term, that prices already reflect all available information, and that consistently beating the market is extremely difficult, even for professionals. So instead of fighting the market, passive investors join it. They invest in broad market index funds. They hold diversified portfolios. They minimize buying and selling, and they let time do the heavy lifting. The most common example of passive investing is index investing. Funds that track the overall market, like the S&P 500, are classic passive investments. This philosophy was popularized by organizations like Vanguard and strongly supported by legendary investors such as Warren Buffett. Now that we understand the basic definitions, let's go deeper into how these two approaches actually feel in real life. Active investing demands attention. It asks for your time. It asks for your focus. It asks for emotional discipline. Markets move every day. News breaks unexpectedly. Prices rise and fall constantly. An active investor must decide when to buy, when to sell, and when to do nothing. Every decision feels important. Every mistake feels painful. There's excitement in active investing. There's adrenaline when a trade works. There's frustration when it doesn't. For some people, this challenge is energizing. For others, it's exhausting. Passive investing, on the other hand, feels quiet, sometimes even boring. You invest regularly. You ignore daily market noise. You rebalance occasionally. And then you live your life. There's no constant checking of prices. No stress over short-term fluctuations. No pressure to make perfect decisions. Passive investors accept that markets will go up and down. They trust long-term growth. They focus on consistency rather than timing. Now let's talk about returns, because that's what everyone really cares about. Active investing has the potential for higher returns. But potential does not mean guaranteed. Yes, some active investors beat the market. Some fund managers generate impressive results. Some individuals make extraordinary gains. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most active investors fail to outperform the market over long periods. And many underperform after fees, taxes, and mistakes. Studies repeatedly show that the majority of actively managed funds fail to beat their benchmark over time. Not because fund managers are stupid, but because markets are incredibly competitive. When millions of smart people analyze the same information, advantages disappear quickly. Passive investing doesn't promise extraordinary returns. It promises average returns. But average market returns over decades are surprisingly powerful. Compounding works best when you stay invested. Passive investing helps you do exactly that. Now let's talk about costs, because costs quietly destroy returns. Active investing is expensive. Trading frequently means paying brokerage fees. Actively managed funds charge higher expense ratios. Short-term trades can trigger higher taxes. Even small costs, when compounded over decades, can significantly reduce your final wealth. Passive investing is low cost by design. Index funds have minimal expense ratios. Low turnover means fewer taxes. Fewer decisions mean fewer mistakes. This cost advantage is one of the biggest reasons passive investing has become so popular. Next, let's talk about risk. Active investing concentrates risk. When you pick individual stocks or sectors, your performance depends heavily on those choices. If you're right, returns can be high. If you're wrong, losses can be painful. Passive investing spreads risk. Diversification reduces the impact of any single company or sector. You still experience market volatility, but not company-specific disasters. Risk in passive investing comes mainly from market downturns, not from poor selection. Now let's talk about behavior, because investor behavior matters more than strategy. Active investing tempts emotions. Fear during market crashes. Greed during rallies. Overconfidence after wins. Many active investors buy high and sell low, not because of strategy, but because of psychology. Passive investing reduces emotional decision-making. By following a simple, rules-based approach, investors are less likely to react impulsively. This emotional advantage often leads to better real-world results, even if theoretical returns are similar. So which one is better? The honest answer is it depends on you. If you enjoy research, analysis, and decision-making, active investing might suit your personality. If you're disciplined, patient, and willing to learn from mistakes, active investing can be rewarding. But you must accept underperformance as a possibility. If you value simplicity, time freedom, and consistency, passive investing may be the better choice. If you want investing to support your life rather than consume it, passive investing shines. Many successful investors actually use a combination of both: a passive core portfolio for long-term stability, and a small active portion for experimentation and growth. This hybrid approach allows you to benefit from market growth while still engaging your curiosity. In the end, the best investment strategy is the one you can stick with. Not for a year, not for a market cycle, but for decades. Because wealth isn't built by chasing returns. It's built by patience, discipline, and consistency. Active investing tests your skill. Passive investing tests your patience. Both can work. Both can fail. The real difference is not in the strategy. It's in the investor. If this explanation helped you clearly understand the difference between active and passive investing, make sure to like the video. Subscribe for more content on investing, money psychology, and long-term wealth building. And share this with someone who's confused about where to start their investing journey. Because the smartest investment you can make is understanding how money really grows.